Throughout history, the men and women who lead us with new concepts, new ideas, help us all to move forward in thought toward brighter tomorrows. And now, Meetings with Remarkable People, with your host, Jesse Stirling.
Hi, welcome to Meetings with Remarkable People. My name is Jesse Stirling. We're in the high Himalayas, Kulu, India, and I have the pleasure and honor of talking with a dear friend and one of my greatest teachers in life, Bob Eaton, Brijendra. Thank you for doing the show.
Great, Jesse. Great to see you. Welcome to Kulu.
Thank you. And a repeat guest. My viewers would know that we did several parts a few years ago, so always nice to touch base again and keep it fresh.
It was fun then and hopefully fun now too.
Well, I want to start right at the beginning. I always assume that my viewers don't know how to meditate, but they might want to learn how to meditate. So
fair enough.
Let's start right at basic advice for beginning meditators out there.
Okay. First of all, you meditate not with your body. So position, if you have been doing Hatha Yoga or asanas, yogasanas, and you can sit straight backed, doesn't have to be formal, it could be like this, could be like this. You don't meditate with your body, but you have a body, and it's as if you're parking your body for some time when you meditate, right? You're going to be doing something else. You need to park the body. So it should be comfortable. So if sitting up straight is difficult, lean back. If we're in this kind of yogi type couch situation that I call it, then this is fine. If you're in an armchair, then sit in an armchair. Your body should be comfortable. If you are a trained yogi, great. If you're not, and you still want to meditate, and that's perfectly fair, then make the body comfortable. That's the first thing. And then close your eyes, because the eyes will be the distraction. The five senses will be a distraction to the direction you want to take your attention. Meditation is really about attention. In Sanskrit, the word for meditation usually used is dhyan, D-H-Y-A-A-N. Dhyan. And dhyan means attention, right? Dhyan karo, even in Hindi, pay attention, watch out, right? So you're going to be using your attention, and for us as human beings, our attention is residing in the mind. The mind is a manifestation of the attention. So wherever my attention goes, I tend to become that. If I put my attention on playing the piano for 20 years from childhood, my mind will be a mind of a pianist, largely. And I will be said to be that. So the mind becomes whatever it's put on. So you're going to be meditating with your mind, right? Everybody has a mind, and you're turning the direction basically in meditation for some time, for the period of the meditation, from the senses to the one, it gets a little esoteric here, to the one who is knowing through the senses. So conventionally, the way we understand, the one who is knowing through the senses is the mind. So when you close your eyes to meditate, you will start to become aware of your mind, the thoughts occurring in your mind. So our eyes are closed now, let's say. And whoever's listening can just close your eyes, sitting in whatever is comfortable for you. Now you're watching the space inside. I would call it the space inside. There might be moving shapes. It might seem to be darkness. There may be thoughts coming, going. Very often, if you've been busy prior to sitting for meditation, your mind will be stimulated by that busyness, and that will continue like a kind of echo in your mind. So you'll still be thinking about how you went to the mall and got this, but then you didn't get the other thing. And so all this kind of stuff can be going on in the mind. You're not concerned with it. At this point, a key instruction I would give, as I have gathered it from my guru, Swami Sham, don't try to control those thoughts occurring in your mind. Let the thoughts come, let the thoughts go. And as you're watching the thoughts, after some time they will subside. This is still not meditation. This is the beginning of the process. You're watching thoughts. If there are sounds outside, you will hear those sounds. The perception of those sounds is also a thought. So as you are watching those thoughts, you are now in a position to be aware that you are the one who is knowing those thoughts. If you were not there as the knower, the thoughts would not be known. Now it becomes meditation. Now it becomes dhyan, Atma Dhyan. Meditation on the self. Know thyself. All the great sages, in one way or another, have indicated this. Great truth, know thyself. And then all things will be added to you.
Time for a quick break on Meetings with Remarkable People. More with Bobby and Brijendra right after this. Welcome back to Meetings with Remarkable People. We are in conversation with Brijendra, transformationmeditation.com.
So now you've reached the point in your sitting, in your meditation, where thoughts may be coming and after some time they go. Some other thought comes up. After some time it passes. You are the knower. This is called meditation on the knower. When you close your eyes and you're watching, it's as if you're watching a space, an inner space. And into that inner space, thoughts appear. They come. You should know and realize and recognize and acknowledge that you are the knower of these thoughts. An infinite number of thoughts could come and go in your mind. You are always the knower of them. And that knower does not change. So the thoughts change, the body changes, sensory perceptions change. It is a changing field of being. In Patanjali he calls it Prakriti. And the mind is part of Prakriti, nature, the formed existence. You are the knower of that Prakriti, of that nature. So you are Drashta, the knower of all the forms that happen. When your senses are active, you are the knower of those. And now your senses are not active because you're not moving around, experiencing the world around you. You've decided to sit. It is your decision to sit. And in that decisiveness, you are watching. You're watching the nature of the mind. One aspect of meditation is that you will become familiar with the ways in which your mind works, the kinds of thoughts in it. You will also become familiar that if you don't keep stimulating your mind, it will gradually settle down. And this is addressing one of the main issues that comes up in meditation, that so many people have heard, that you should control the mind. I would say, do not try to control the mind. First of all, you won't really be able to control the mind. All these thoughts are coming from beyond into your mind. Your mind is like a kind of antenna, and it's picking up thoughts, and you're claiming them to be your thoughts. So let the thoughts come, let the thoughts go. You are not exerting your ego, ahankar, to control the thoughts. You are watching. The one who is watching is free, eternal. It never dies. Thoughts are born, thoughts die. Sense perceptions are born, means they're created, and they die. They dissolve, they disappear. You remain as the knower. Then if you want to add another activity into this meditation, that will facilitate your growing attention, ability to attend, I would say you can bring in a mantra. Mantra means that which releases and frees the mind. Tran, liberation, freedom, from mind, mantra. So Guru has given a mantra, and he's given it to the whole world. Amaram ham, madhuram ham. Amaram ham, madhuram ham. It also has a meaning. Amaram ham, I am immortal. That I, that knower. I'm not talking about me personally. When I say I, I'm talking about that I in you, in you, in you, in you, in all the beings on the planet. I is immortal. Who is that who never dies? The knower, the watcher, the observer. You are sitting in meditation, observing your mind. You should understand this, that the thoughts of the mind are continuing, and you are the one who is watching those thoughts. You watch them when they arise into the mind and when they disappear. And now you're introducing a thought, Amaram ham, madhuram ham. The Guru mantra of Swami Sham, Amaram ham, madhuram ham. You're introducing it. You could choose any mantra. Om, Ram, Shiv, Sham, Om Namo Shivaya. You're introducing a thought. Means you're using your power of creation to create in your mind the repetition of Amaram ham, madhuram ham. So one of the marks of a person who has opened up to the fact of the knower as with no boundary is that that one is aware that all beings are his or her own self. There is no he or she in that absolute state of the self. But as it comes down into one being, now it will be said to be male or female, young or old, of this profession, this race, this nationality. All these differences begin to be told, and the human mind has become utterly confused by all these differences. And as the speed of the differentiation increases in the modern world, it will become more confused. So the need of the time, the need of the day is for meditation, where you take a few minutes. It can be 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, you take 2 minutes or so to settle down, a few minutes to be attending, and then a minute or so to slowly come out. Sometimes you become so enamored of that blissful state, madhuram, that you don't want to come out. So stay there. Just be. You don't have to do anything when that state occurs. If you want to repeat the mantra, you can. Amaram ham, madhuram ham. Amaram ham, madhuram ham. At some point it might be difficult for you to keep repeating it, as if you are leaving the field of repeating, as if you're struggling to keep repeating it. Then let the mantra drop. But be aware that though you have stopped repeating the mantra, which was the name of this eternal space of the knower, you remain as the knower. The sound stopped. The inner sound stopped. The inner repetition of the mantra stopped. You remain. You are watching that stopped repetition. So being and non-being of form is still being known by you. If you start the mantra again, Amaram ham, madhuram ham, Amaram ham, madhuram ham, you still are watching. But now you will say, I'm watching the mantra. And sometimes you think of its meaning. Amaram. There is no death to me, that being. Madhuram. That being is utterly blissful by its very nature of Satchidanand, of pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss. Pure because why? There is no division. It is not mixed with anything. So it is pure bliss. Pure knowledge means it is the knowledge that becomes your knowledge of all the forms of the world. That's mixed knowledge. In meditation, you're unmixing your knowledge from the forms of world and thought and feelings, and you're remaining as you have always been, but you were never paying attention to it. You were paying attention to so many things in the world, trying to adjust constantly to the expectations made of you in the world. In meditation, there are no expectations, none, absolutely none. This is the real sannyas, freedom, because in your own being, you are just you as you have always been, and it is blessed, it is divine, pure. The true nature of you is utterly pure, utterly free, existing forever. Amaramham Madhuramham is the name of that purity. You can repeat it, know its meaning. I am immortal, I am blissful, I am pure, free forever. And you can sometimes stop repeating. And then there is just pure space. And you knowing pure space. The space you are knowing is you. Your mind will say, no, this is the space seen behind my closed eyelids. That's your mind speaking. Yourself will know this is me. It's got nothing to do with eyelids. They come later on, in the birth of the body. And when I come out of meditation, I will again be the one as if living behind the eyelids, opening them and looking out at the world. This way you will be free from within you. And that cannot be bought, that cannot be paid for. It is up to you to spend time in that space of your own being. That being makes you free. That being gives you inspiration in your life. That being allows you to love all of your own self everywhere. It is one infinite, indivisible being. And we are the formations of that. So you can just take a few minutes in that state, or you can take longer, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Don't force it. When the time emerges, as it is now emerging, to come out, then come out slowly. Take your time. Watch. Once the movement begins to come out of the meditation, watch that internal dynamism that will come into formation. Activation. You'll become aware of your body, and the movement can start. And one classical way to come out is to begin to rub your palms together. You're activating the prana. You're creating a kind of a heat. And then you can place your palms over your eyes. Don't press. Just place them, cup your eyes, and just watch. If you open your eyes now, you will be seeing the same as you were seeing with closed eyes. That space is always there. You can slightly massage your face. What are you doing? You're activating the body now. Coming back into the body. We can speak of it that way. As if you're integrating from that space. And you should be watching the whole time as this activity comes. That background space is still there, but before you were not aware of it. Now you have spent time in that space, so now you're ready for your whole life of interactions, more questions or no questions. Come out of meditation, don't come out of meditation and jump up and start moving around the room or doing whatever. If there's an emergency, fine. You can do it. You have the ability. But what you're looking for is total integration of your being from here, which we call the world, my body living in the world, the practicality of that, that's all real. This way does not deny anything. You're adding awareness of your own self, which is always there, but if you're only paying attention to the forms, you miss that. And your bliss and your fulfillment and everything is from there. Those who are fulfilled in themselves, they walk like lords on this planet. Queens, kings, they are. Because they're settled in themselves. They know themselves. And those who are dependent on the outside, they're trying to please everybody and not pleasing.
And the joy is so fleeting.
Totally.
Our desire gets fulfilled for a little bit, but and invariably you have the next desire.
It dissipates, yeah. So either, because it's a changing field in yoga, it's said this is all the field of parinam, change. So if somebody or something has pleased me immensely, right, and I totally love it or love the person or whatever, I'm experiencing that oneness because my vritti field, my thought field has settled out, and so I'm experiencing my infinite being. But then, as you're saying, then I have reinforced that sanskar, we call it. I'm using Sanskrit terms here, but that's my field. So then the sanskar is reinforced.
Sanskar is like a habit pattern or a preference.
Like a recording, right? Like the old style of photographs, or even this that's being recorded now. It's being recorded. It happened, but it can be called up again. So our minds are like that. Everything you have experienced is recorded. So if I experience something pleasant and wonderful, it's recorded. So the next time I'm feeling a little as if I need something, that recording will come up and say, well, why don't you do this? It was good last time. And then again and again, and pretty soon I'm addicted to whatever it is. It could be anything.
The experience.
Chocolate milk, right? Whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
Right.